peace and blessings to all my beloved in Jesus' name. This is Misael, the chosen servant, back at you once again to deliver a message in Jesus' name. Want to thank all my subscribers, old and new, and please know that this message will bless you, whether it's one person or a million strong that are tuned in, my ladies and gentlemen. And I want you to know how it is crucial for you and I to open up our spiritual eyes, because through our spiritual eyes we will be able to see long term. We will be able to see the invisible. We will be able to see things for what they truly are and be able to discern the true nature of things in Jesus' name, beloved. So check this out and follow along, please. Go with me now to John 12, and I'm going to start from verse 36, kind of halfway in it. It says, after Jesus said this, he went off and hid himself from them. Even though he had performed all these miracles in their presence, they did not believe in him. Can you imagine that? How blind you must be for where you have Jesus right in front of you performing miracles and you're just blind to them? Unreal. So that what the prophet Isaiah had said might come true. Lord, who believed the message we told? To whom did the Lord reveal his power? And so they were not able to believe, because Isaiah also said, God had blinded their eyes and closed their minds. So you see, we need to pray for God to open up our eyes and our minds, okay? So that their eyes would not see and their minds would not understand, and they would not turn to me, says God, for me to heal them. Lord, I pray in Jesus' name that you will heal the eyes, the minds of those that are listening to this in Jesus' name. Here it goes, verse 41. Isaiah said this because he saw Jesus' glory and spoke about him. Yes, whenever you see Jesus' glory, then you will talk about him. Even then, many Jewish authorities believed in Jesus, but because of the Pharisees, they did not talk about it openly, so as to not be expelled from the synagogue. You see, you can get to a point where you get so involved up in religion that you kick Jesus out of it. Your religion is more important than Jesus. You cannot talk about Jesus openly so as not to be expelled from your own religious church. Verse 43. They loved human approval rather than the approval of God. That's what happens if you would rather get approval of men, would rather get approval of the world. Then you will not have God's approval, because by that point, you're already blind, and you will see that you will find yourself in a bind. And knowing that the enemy comes and he wants you to be crispy like a pork rind. But what we must see is that if we see Christ and have our mind lined up unto him in his spirit, then we will have his love signed up in our hearts, so as to go forward and not back, like rewind. In Jesus' name, beloved, let's keep going here, shall we? Go with me here to Hebrews now, all right? This is going to be chapter 12, and we're going to start from verse 2 here, all right? In Jesus' name. So here we go. It says, let us keep our eyes fixed on Jesus. Somebody comment down below and say, I have my eyes fixed on Jesus, on whom our faith depends from beginning to end, as he is the Alpha and the Omega. Don't you know? He did not give up because of the cross. You should not give up because of the cross. What am I talking about? I'm saying you should not give up because of the difficulty, because of that adversity, because of that challenge, because of that struggle, etc. On the contrary, because of the joy that was waiting for him, he thought nothing of the disgrace of dying on the cross, and he is now seated at the right side of God's throne. So you see, you must pay attention. I must pay attention for the joy that we have ahead of us, past that adversity, past that trial and tribulation, knowing that God is able to get us through it. Someone comment down below and say, God is able. All right? And he is now seated at the right side of God's throne. Oh man, that's victory right there. That's power. That's authority right there in Jesus' name. Verse 3. Think of what he went through. How he put up with so much hatred from sinners. So do not let yourselves become discouraged and give up. Do not become discouraged and give up, beloved. For in your struggle against sin, you have not yet had to resist to the point of being killed. That's right. You're still alive. And whatever can't kill you can only make you stronger and hopefully wiser again in Jesus' name. So what do we have to do? We have to fix our eyes upon the Lord, even though sometimes we feel like there's a pile of bricks that fall on top of us, but only God is the one who could help us through all this mix of situations. Because when the devil comes, please know that he has nothing, he has nix when it comes to you and I and the power that we have in the Lord, as the devil has these tricks, because he's a jerk that's always jerking around like he has ticks, trying to suck up your blood like ticks. But still, he does not have enough to overcome you guys or you chicks. In Jesus' name, beloved. So please know that we must keep going. We must have our spiritual eyes open to the point where we see God and His glory and seek His approval. Okay? Now check this out. I'm going to switch over to the KJV, going over to Ecclesiastes now. Woo! Sorry about that. My nose is getting a little stuffy. What's going on? Whoa, whoa, whoa. So, here we go. Ecclesiastes 6 verse 9 KJV. Better is the sight of the eyes than the wondering of the desire. This is also vanity and vexation of spirit. Yes, it's better for you to be satisfied with what you have than to be always wanting something else. It is better for you to be able to see something and have it, or experience something and know about it, than to desire something and just you never have it, you never experience it, and so on and so forth, right? Because we are to examine everything, but only hold on to what is good. Yes, you have the right, you have the free will to do what it is that you want to do, but not everything is convenient, you see? So that's what it's talking about here. Better is the sight of the eyes. And please know that even though these eyes and your eyes many times have already cried. Understand that time flies. And while someone is born, someone else dies. Because when it comes to this world, there are lows and there are highs. And so please understand that when the devil comes with his lies, that you can then look up to the skies and just realize how God is sweeter than any different combination of pies, because it's Him who loves us so much and makes us wise, even though the devil tries to get us fooled with his guise. Guys, in Jesus' name, beloved, I want to thank you so much for listening. Stay tuned for more. In Jesus' name, I will keep preaching so long as God gives me the ability, the direction, the means to do so, because I want you to know that it's important for you and I to have our spiritual eyes open unto the Lord and His goodness and His love. Yes. Thank you so much for listening. Please share, please comment, please subscribe, please like. I thank you such, and I just love you much.